Okay, welcome to Small Biz Live with the North Redondo Beach Business Association. I'm Mickey Marraffino with Mickey M Marketing, and today we are honored to have Grace St. Clair with St. Clair Law Quality Estate Planning joining us, who is one of our amazing businesses in North Redondo Beach. Hey, Grace,
Hi,
how you doing?
I'm good. Good.
Good.
It's a nice, beautiful Saturday morning, and the sun is out and it's warm.
Yeah, I know it's already starting to get warm. It's really
Yeah,
nice. So you are in your office today, right?
I am in my office today.
Okay.
I mean, it might not be too loud if I go outside and show you our sign,
I
our
would
brand
love
new
to,
sign.
I'd love to see. I know you've done a lot of work on your office and you've done a lot of renovations and sprucing it up, so I'd love to get a quick little tour.
Okay, hold on. It was quiet a few weeks ago on Artesia, but now it's gotten a little busier. Make sure I don't lock myself out.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
So here we are.
Oh,
Oh,
I love that sign. It looks
and
great.
it's a little quiet, but then
That's not too bad.
there are moments of people.
Well, you have a great location right on Artesia Boulevard. What is your
To go
address?
inside, we can still hear.
Oh,
Sorry
wow.
about
Look at
that.
the
I
beautiful
gotta
lobby.
change hands. Here's our new lobby. We're so excited about our beach feel that we've created, trying to make it calmer for people to enjoy coming to a law firm.
Yeah, definitely. It's beautiful.
So our guests would sit here when they come in. We would move them here to our safe conference room, which, oh, I forgot the keys, wouldn't you know it? These are our plexiglass shields to allow people to talk without a mask. We found wearing masks to be very difficult. In conversations, people fog up their glasses. It gets really distracting, breathing, everything. So these plexiglass shields protect both of us from each other.
That's
And then we do our presentations here on this little computer while they get to think about the beach on the right side here.
Oh, nice, nice. And then on the computer also, can you have virtual meetings? Do people have to come into your office?
Right. We do a lot of virtual meetings. We started out, we're virtual all over, like I was saying in one of my posts, that you can do your estate plan in your pajamas at home or on your next trip to Belize, depending on which you prefer.
Nice.
And it's gone really well. A lot of people have their kids still at home right now. They don't have their babysitters that they used to have. So we just had one last night where the couple just can't get in because they don't have anyone to watch their kids. So it's nice to have them in the den and the kids playing, watching a video on TV or something, and then we talk on the computer. So it's been really nice.
Is that a
Very helpful.
service that you offered before COVID-19, or is that like a new service that you have now because of the pandemic?
I always wanted to get more virtual, and we had the ability to do Zoom calls, but now we've gotten a lot better at figuring out how to share our screens. They can share their screen with us about questions they have. We share ours to help them look through their estate plan. So it's a little bit easier now. When we have our design meeting, we can talk about things. We can show them pictures. I have a video, or not a video, but a PowerPoint to go over the questions that they have, the specifics that they need to know and understand. And then when we do their design review, we can come back on Zoom and go over the details. If they have questions, they can show me on the document where their questions are, what they're confused about, if they have any confusions, and it's really very nice. And we were doing sanitary signings where we had to leave the documents for a day, but the CDC has said that the virus doesn't live on documents or services as long as they thought before. So we don't do that. We still do a sanitary signing, but we don't have to wait a day with the documents set out for the anything to die. It's actually more dangerous, more bacteria. So we sanitize our office every day to make sure that we don't share anything with anyone because we want to make sure our clients are protected as well as ourselves.
Great. That's awesome.
Then, did you want to go down the hall or should we?
Wherever you want to sit, we'd love to see your face
Okay,
again. It's totally up to you,
I'm
wherever you're comfortable. Great.
Well, I just thought I would take you down the hall to our space here.
Okay.
That way I can share, people can come to my office. I'm working today, so you can see how busy I am. And this is Evelyn, which she's not in because it's a Saturday, but she's so proud of her new sign. We just
I
got
know,
these
it's
new
awesome.
signs. And then our client concierge, she's the one who would take you through the process. So this is her space here. And
Oh,
obviously Elizabeth's not in either today,
okay.
but we do work Saturdays by appointment, so that's available. And
Great.
but today we're working a little bit later, so I'll head back now down to the couch and enjoy myself.
Good. Good. Now, client concierge, that's not a position that I'm used to seeing in law offices. What is that all about?
Well, it's someone who guides them through the process, so they have a go-to point that they can speak to. She helps us connect with our clients, call them, talk to them. She's their go-to person, allows us to support our clients without charging legal time. And she's very well connected and knows exactly what the process is, so she can help the clients manage their way through without being confused, and they can always call her. So it's very
Wow.
helpful.
Yeah, that sounds like a great opportunity for your clients. Tell us a little bit about how you got started, how you became an attorney, why estate planning. What's the backstory?
So those are that's a long story. Well, I was the smart kid in my family, so I was supposed to be a doctor. My family is all medical based. My grandmother was a dietitian, my mom's a pharmacist, and my grandfather was a doctor. And so I learned that healthcare was the way to, just any job. And I love the idea of helping people, but I hated science, and I tried to go the science route. I even went to USC as a science major, hated it terribly. And so who knew? I was always arguing with my professors about everything. I should have known then, but I ended up finding the paralegal program at USC, and so I spent some time in there. I loved it, obviously. And so I started, I became a paralegal, got my certificate, but I went to, after school, I didn't go right to law school. I went and worked in an investment firm and ran the legal department there. And I really enjoyed working on the legal side, but also working with money, which is where I got my stint in monetary assistance. And then I had O'Melveny and Myers was on the other side of a deal once, and they stole me away as a paralegal. And then when I was over there, I was, competing with the associates for work. So I decided I had to go back to law school in order to make it, because otherwise I was going to be a support staff for the rest of my life. Nothing wrong with being a support staff, but if you want to do more of the bigger things in law, you have to be a lawyer. There's just no way around it. So paid off all my bills at 28 and went back to school and graduated on the top of my class. And then they hired me back. So I learned, the excellence of practicing law from O'Melveny, which is very helpful. And then I decided, though, when my dad's mother passed away, that I watched them go through a difficult probate, and I thought this wasn't what people should be doing, that they obviously didn't get what they paid for because it wasn't available to them when they needed it. And here I was making banks richer every day. Nothing wrong with serving banks, but I felt like my services could be better used with my community and helping others get a better estate plan and get what they actually needed rather than what they were told. So still today, many people are still being asked to do a lot of things themselves. And I just, since it's so easy to do it incorrectly, I make sure I do all of that for them. So I want to make sure those properties get into the trust, the money gets into the trust, everything is in the trust. Otherwise, you still have to go through probate. So that's a big stint of mine. And I'm also working a lot right now with helping business owners, because a lot of business owners don't think about their business as being also needed in that estate plan and then succeeding it to others. A lot of people think they are the only person that could do their business, but there are many ways to pass your business or sell it or sell your clients to other people. So we try to help business owners realize that. And also, their family members don't always think of that business either. Many spouses are not aware of what their spouse is doing and where to get their clients and who to call if something were to happen. So we're helping them transition those businesses to another party, or helping them figure out how to get to the next level if they want to keep it going.
That's great. So your ideal client is either a small business owner, or you also do it for, you know, just people who are doing it for their own personal use, right?
Right. Families always families with real estate in California definitely need, I mean, look at the courts right now. We're 70 days out. We were 70 days out for a hearing. Now, who knows the courts are still closed, but when they open, it's still going to be a huge delay. So they're going to help, but it's going to take a while. So if you want to get out of court and handle things more on your own with assistance, that's the way to go. And so we help families, but many times families don't realize there's businesses in their lives that they're not thinking about. They're thinking about getting out of probate with their real estate. So we help them find out, do you have another business? Like I was just thinking of the cooking class down the street. You know, that's a business that provides a value to the city and obviously to her and her family. So we need to consider how that would go to, I mean, how she could capitalize on what she's created and move it forward to the next person.
Right.
Rather than
Right.
just saying, oh, well, my lease is in my name, it'll just go away.
So, how would we get in touch with you? What are the best ways to see what you're up to, you know, learn about St. Clair Law?
We are, our email address is welcome@qualityestateplanning.com. We're down the street on Artesia at 2312 Artesia Boulevard, in between Vale and McKay. And we're also on Facebook. We have St. Clair Law on Facebook. We have St. Clair Law on Instagram. And I also post quite a bit on LinkedIn. We're doing something right now trying to help keep the local restaurants alive in our neighborhood because
Yeah, tell
their
us about
business
that.
has dried up significantly. So we're providing free lunches to some senior centers in our neighborhood, the smaller ones. Torrance Memorial won't let you in because they have their own chef. They don't need us there. They're getting a lot of attention, their healthcare workers do, because of the hospital. But a lot of these other smaller entities are doing great services for our senior community. And so we're highlighting them while also giving them a free lunch. Many of them never get a break except when they're off work. So it's nice to have someone come in. We've met some lovely people. So we have great contacts to share if you ever have a family member in need of some help. And a lot of times that decision is a very difficult one because we're entrusting our loved ones to someone else and we want to make sure there's a great person there. A lot of people have heard assisted living is very expensive there, and it is, but a lot of times it's the best place, but there are other places that aren't quite as expensive, and we're getting to know those people now.
Well, that's great. You have all kinds of information that you can share with your clients regarding that. So that's super helpful. And I've seen you giving lunches also to some of the first responders.
Yes, we went to the police down in Lomita and brought some pizza to them.
Awesome.
They're
That's
simple stomachs over there. Pizza is great for them. They don't need anything. Of course, they love special, but pizza is their favorite.
Everybody likes pizza. I don't
Yeah.
know anybody that doesn't like pizza. Well, that's great. Thank you so much for popping in today and letting us know more about your business. Are you offering any kind of specials or anything we need to know about?
Yes, we have a healthcare special right now that we're trying to get to the first responders to realize if they need a healthcare package. That's highly discounted right now to make it valuable to them to get done right away because they're definitely on the front lines and they need those powers of attorney in place if they don't already have them. And we're allowing them to convert it to a trust at a later date if that's something that they do need. But a lot of these people are in their 20s and they don't have a lot of assets. So a will is provided there so that they can someone at least can handle what would be necessary if the worst thing ever happened. But for the most part, we're trying to get them powers of attorney in place. And we've also created a few new packages for first-time home buyers, younger families that don't have a really complicated estate, so we can discount the price for them because it's still very important. And we're going to start reaching out when we get back into the hospital to those to the newly pregnant women and new families when they're just first born. That's when the security comes into play and people have questions, but they don't know what to do. So
Right.
we're trying to reach out to those people as well.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Grace. We really appreciate you being with us today. Next week, we're actually going to be interviewing Steve Goldstein with Payroll Management Solutions. And that's pretty much it. So we will sign off. And thank you very much, Grace. It was great to see you. And I look forward to seeing you at an NRBBA meeting.
Yes, thank you so much. It was fun.
Okay, talk to you later.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.